Hi everybody, this is Lisa Haven, and I came across some creepy stuff, and I have to share it with you guys. So if you own a security camera in your home, in your business, in your workplace, wherever, you need to watch this. Even if you don't, you need to watch this and understand that you are out there for the public to see. But here's the title: Creepy Website Watching Private Security Camera Footage Across not only the nation, not only here in America, but all across the world. Let's dive in. All right, so I came across this website. Here is the link here, 3percenternation.com. He's got some great stuff on here. I really recommend you guys checking out this website. But here's the headline: a creepy website is streaming from 73,000 private security cameras. And I went through and verified the legitimacy of this particular post, and it's 100% accurate. And I've got some shocking photos I want to show you from the website itself. They're flat out creepy and strange, but I want to share with you some of the information that he has because I also agree with it 100%. But here he says a site linked to 73,011 unsecured security camera locations in 256 countries, not just the US, to illustrate the dangers of using default passwords. This is a real thing. It's legit. He says yesterday he stumbled upon a site indexing 73,011 locations with unsecured security cameras in 256 countries. Unsecured as in secured with default usernames and password. The sites with an IP address from Russia, meaning this is some Russian organization, is further broken down into insecure security cameras by the manufacturers Foscom, Linsky's, Panasonic, some listed only as IP cameras, as well as AV-Tech and Hikvision DVRs. 11,046 of the links were to U.S. locations, more than any other country. One link could have up to 8 or 16 channels, meaning that's how many different security camera views were displayed on one particular page. Here's the way that they get away with it, and I'm going to show you in a moment. But basically, if you haven't put a password on your particular security camera, they can legally access your home, your life. And I'm going to show you pictures in a moment of just people in their houses. Hopefully, I don't come across any of you listening. Hopefully, you have set your passwords, but you need to warn everyone who has a security camera against this site and to check it and make sure they are not on it. This is a scam in and of itself. But he goes on to say, truthfully, I was torn about linking to the site, which claims to be designed in order to show the importance of security settings. This is the reason that they're doing it. I don't agree. I think the purpose of the site is basically for other means, surveillance. That's what it's for. There's no other reason. But he agrees. He says the purpose of the site is supposedly to show how not changing the default password means that the security surveillance system is available for all internet users to view. Change the defaults to secure the camera to make it private, and then it will disappear from the index. According to the FAQs, or the frequently asked questions, people who choose not to secure their cameras can write the administrator to ask for the URL to be removed. But that first must require knowing the sites exist. So basically, these people can't ask for anything. I mean, they can ask for it to be removed, but that's if they know it's on there. But first of all, these people need to change their passwords when you get a surveillance system. You never, ever, ever use the default, and it's creepy in my opinion. You're going to get creeped out, so please hang in there. There are 40,746 pages of unsecured cameras just in the first 10 county listings, or country listings, 11,046 in the US, 6,536 in South Korea, 4,770 in China, 3,359 in Mexico, 3,285 in France, 2,870 in Italy, 2,422 in the UK, 2,268 Netherlands, 2,220 in Colombia, and 1,970 in India. Do you notice that the US has one of the highest numbers? Just food for thought. Like the site said, you can see into bedrooms of countries all across the world. So you're walking naked in your house, you have your security camera on, you're just plumb out of luck. Everybody's going to see it. There are 256 countries listed plus one directory, not sorted into country categories. The last big Peking Tom Paradise listing had about 400 leaks to vulnerable cameras on Pastbin and Google Map of vulnerable TrendNet cameras. Now, there is a list of cameras I'm going to show you. Hopefully, you don't have one of those, but if you do, be aware and be cautious and make sure you have your password changed. But the newest collection of 73,011 total links makes that seem puny in comparison. A year ago, in the first action of its kind, the FTC brought down the hammer on TrendNet for the company's lax security practices that expose the private lives of hundreds of consumers to public's viewing on the internet. This is serious, folks. Security cameras are supposed to offer security, not provide surveillance footage for anyone to view. And these are what these cameras are doing. They're surveillancing you rather than providing you security. Business may be fine with that, but cameras are not truly locked down in homes, invite privacy invasions. In this case, it's not just one manufacturer, it's many. Sure, a geek could Google dork or use Shodan to end up with the same result, but that doesn't mean that unsecured surveillance footage would be aggregated into one place that's bound to be popular among voyagers. Okay, this is just everyday life and everyday people. These things are going out in stores, malls, parking lots, warehouses, bedrooms, baby cribs, everything, kitchens. It's a pure invasion to our privacy. And what you're seeing here are actual pictures into people's homes. Just all these cameras all over the place. And now what I want to do is actually take you to the Peep Show, as I like to call it, site. And you're actually going to see real people just living life in their homes, and they know nothing about this. This would tick me off on so many levels if I was one of these folks. And you know, I am going to leave links for you to both of these because I want you to understand that this is real. And I want to give a big shout out to 3percenternation.com for originally finding it. I am reporting his findings, but this is huge, folks. We need to hear it. Let's go to the site. All right, folks, here is the official website, and it's nccam or insecam.cc. Okay, I'm going to leave a link to this, and you can see all the different countries. So if you belong to any of these countries, let's scroll up a little bit. There's over 200 some odd countries on this list. You can go through the whole thing and see if your country is on it, but a lot of us are. And here is what the disclaimer says. Sometimes administrators, possibly you too, forget to set the default password on security surveillance system, online camera, or your DVR. Okay, understand they can grab stuff from your DVR. This site now contains access only, okay, to cameras without a password, and it's fully legal. Okay, so if you didn't put a password on your DVR or your online camera, then they could look at you. This is nuts. Such online cameras are available for all internet users to browse. Cameras just select the country or camera type. So in other words, say if you put a particular camera, you know, loaded on your YouTube or whatever. I have a camera that I loaded. If you did not put a password on it or password protected, then they can legally access your camera and view you from your computer, your DVR, or wherever the heck they want to do that. Okay, do you understand this? This hits a lot of people on so many levels, and made me double check my cameras. But I always leave something blocking my computer camera because I don't want, unless I'm on it, because I don't want people to see it. But that's what I personally do. I highly recommend you covering your cameras as well. But here are the different cameras. We have the DVR, the AV-Tech DVR, the 4Cam cameras, the Hikvision, the Panasonic, the Link cameras, the IP cameras, Watch Random, and more. All these particular cameras can be linked on this website and can be viewed by anyone and everyone. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's click on the United States of America. It shows right now that's how many cameras are active. And here we have straight access to people's homes. So their homes, their businesses, and guess what? We even have their location. Let's check out what this woman is doing. Here we are. This is an inside photo of somebody's house who has no idea she is being recorded. It takes a little bit to load. It's their particular camera. A minute ago, I checked the same photo, and there were two people in it. It was her husband and her. I assume it was her husband. It was another man. Who knows who it is? And she was scratching her nose. Now she's alone. Apparently, her man has gone to bed. Come back in another couple minutes, and we'll see the woman doing something else. Okay, that's inside a woman's home. And as you can see, it even gives the location. This is sick and sad and pisses me off, quite frankly. Here's all you can see, all inside of different people's homes. Obviously, they do it in some kind of order, but you can have up to so many cameras in one particular home. If a person's got multiple cameras in their home, then you've got multiple viewing areas, so to speak. But these are in malls, these are in shopping centers, these are on street corners, people's houses, garages, wherever you would put a security camera for security purposes. Here we have a baby sleeping. Look, this would piss me off if I was a mom. And I don't know about you, but I would sue whoever the heck did this. Look at this. Kid sleeping right there in a room, fully asleep in the bedroom, and here they are being spied on. This is sickening. It is pure sick. But why it's legal and why they're able to do it, I have no idea. But you could see a minute ago, there it is. It just takes a while to load the picture of just someone sleeping. So if somebody, wants to watch your home, they can. Okay? There's all kinds of this. Just look at this. This is legit, folks. I mean, I hate it when people say, oh, this is just fake news. Look, this ain't fake. I am showing you the real deal. I'm going to leave you the link so you can check it out for yourself. Look, let's check this out in Alexandria. Hopefully this is not anybody but people sleeping in their beds. Look at that. This is insane. And this isn't just America. It's France, Netherlands, Japan, Italy, UK, Hong Kong, Denmark, Germany, Australia, Switzerland, everywhere, New Zealand, all countries across the land. And some of the main areas that you're going to catch on this website are your baby rooms. And that's simply because obviously you want to keep an eye on your children. Here we are in Allendale, or Michigan, Allendale in Michigan. More views. Now it's not wanting to load on my computer, but there you go. There was a man in it a minute ago and he walked out of the screen. This is in a restaurant somewhere, obviously. Some of these just take a moment to load. But nonetheless, I just want to warn you guys. Wanted to get you guys the latest, and hopefully you guys are waking up to what is going on. Anyhow, this is Lisa Haven signing off.